Hello everybody and welcome back to more Rising Phoenix Racing League. Today is... Alright, stream is working good. Okay, so hello. Today is Belgium. So it is round 1 of Season 2 of the multiplayer division of RP. And yeah, today we're at Belgium. Gotta get your water before we get going. And let's do this. Hello Ryan. In the chat. Oh yeah, stream is looking good. Let's see. And ooh, it looks to be light rain for me. Oh no, full rain apparently. Fully wet. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, and we are using the multiplayer cars. So well obviously it's in their name. So I don't have any team names, so I'll just say the name of the driver, not the team. Oh well, there are team names, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know any of them. So, because I think they changed it since last season. They may have changed some of the teams and stuff. So I'm not really knowledgeable with that. So I'll just say the name. Alright, so first one out is Rai. Yep, full wets. Sliding out of the pits there. And onto the track. And ooh, a big slide there, and boom, right into the wall on the outlap. Just 3 corners in, and already a huge accident in the session. He will have to come back to the pits, of course. As we have Sonic here coming out, we have T-Funky coming out, Sanka outlap, Cobalt outlap, Has, TJ, and Rai, as I mentioned before. Ooh, almost a repeat there of what happened to Rai from Has. Oh, and Sonic is out of the session already. As we have Cobalt risking it on the intermediates, it appears. Let me see. Yeah, only one on the intermediates at the moment. Let's hope it'll work out for him. But yeah, Sonic already out of the session, and Rai severely hampered. Yeah, Hyper being far more cautious going up there, obviously, because it's not safe going up there in the rain like that at high speeds. Let's see, who will be the first one to start the lap? It'll be Sanka. The black and green cart. So let's see how he does. Into the first corner as the car's leaving the pits. I think that's Colin going up a Rouge and Radiant, holding it well. And for the chat, Yeah, this is a separate league to the regular RP, Legend and Marcel. It's yes, it is the second season, so it's just like an alternative because we used to have two races. We used to have a race on Friday and Saturday that was both for the main championship, but it was changed to have one day, the Friday, be the fifth season of the like real life regular team RP, and then there's this on Saturdays. And yes, from what I remember, it was on 2019. It was Rai crashes out, and Sanka invalidates his lap at Blanchemont. No, not Blanchemont. Was that Blanchemont? I think it's Blanchemont. Yeah. So the first person to set a valid lap will be Cobalt, as has retires from the session as well. So that's 3 DNFs already. Cobalt, of course, goes fastest with the first time set. Next up will be TJ, but that was an invalid lap, I believe, or yeah, invalid lap. So then next up will be Swanee in the very bright green and white car. A 59.6 for Swanee and a 58.3 for Cobalt. Ooh, as T-Funky almost hits into Deadwood, who's trying to avoid him, it appears, as he goes off-roading a little bit due to probably oversteer. Ooh, and still trying to catch the car on the straight as well. Very, very tricky it is appearing to be. Let me just get my stream set up, or the YouTube on my phone actually, so I can read the comments easier. There we go. Oh, and an invalidation on T-Funky's second attempt at a Rouge. Sanka is invalidated as well at the moment. TJ going for it on his second attempt. Someone on their first attempt is Colin, the red and blue car. Ooh, a big slide there, but a purple sector. And Roy has left the session as Hyper appears to be out of fuel. That's why the yellow flag is there in sector the beginning of sector 2. As Colin's coming around the final corner and cautiously up to the line. It is a 201.3, so that's P3, and Hyper's set time was a 205.4 on his first run. As TJ goes pole on his second flying lap on the wets with a 58.081. Let's see, T-Funky still on the invalidated lap, while Sanka has started his next lap. So he'll be going for it here. Oh, and that is T-Funky off, and that is a lot of wing damage. So he's gonna have to come back to the pits for that. As Hyper is making his way through the track, is almost done the second sector, and I wonder if the cars will catch up to him. The cars behind will catch up to him before he finishes the lap. He's only going about 90 now because of the low fuel mode. But behind him, Sanka coming through Puan with Colin just in front of him. Colin also trying to complete a lap, the same as Sanka. Purple second sector from Sanka. Now that might be the glitch, or it might actually be a purple sector, I'm not too sure. But Colin lets Sanka through, probably invalidating his own lap, or maybe just not finding enough time that he wanted to continue it. Batsenka through the final two corners and up to the line. It should be a 2-minute flat, I think, a 2-minute point 6. So on the third attempt, it's a 2-minute 6. And he's going to have to come to the pits now because he is very low on fuel. Under a lap, I believe. Yeah, 0.8, I think, according to the screen there. As Bazooka Joe starting his lap on the intermediates. So yeah, currently TJ with the pole lap, or the current pole lap at least, on the wets. Then we have intermediate, and then we have a bunch of different changes in tire preference between the rest of the field. As I think Swanee is left, so hopefully he can get back in. Same with Rai. It's been a few minutes though, so I'm not sure. We might only have 11 starters or 12 starters today for the actual race. Yep, and Swanee's back, thankfully. Now let's just see if Rai can come back. So Bazooka Joe is heading through Puan and now the S curves. Ooh, almost losing the back end there. Offline for this next corner. Ooh, someone has crashed, as we'll see. It is, or someone spun at least. It is that's Colin, I believe. Yeah, it must be Colin. On that right-hander there before the straight. Braking into the final chicane for Bazooka Joe. And up to the line, it's going to be a 57.6 for Bazooka Joe, and that is currently pole position on the intermediates. So it's definitely looking like, well, probably intermediates are probably the same speed, if not a little bit quicker than the, yeah, about the same, or if not a bit better than the wets at the moment. Alright, let's see, Kobo hasn't validated his lap, although he is half a second up in the first sector at least. He was. So that's really unfortunate. If he continued that pace, he would have been P2 comfortably. Let's see. Yeah, no one on a hot lap right now. However, Hyper is on an out lap. So is Swanee. So let's just go with Hyper today, or at the moment, because we haven't seen much of him yet on the stream. And ooh, a spin there. I'm not sure. Ooh, a little crunch against the wall there with the front wing. But yeah, a spin at the final chicane for Hyper. And going upper Rouge is T Funky on the outlap, coming up to TJ. So slowing down there. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. They're both in like formation sort of here. And T Funky gets past. Oh, but it lets them through again. I'm not sure what's going on. They're both trying to let each other go through or something. There's around 4 minutes left to go. Ooh, and someone spun. It's a Swanee. No damage, but that's ruined his lap. He's going to have one more attempt at it, I believe, after this lap. As Bazooka Joe hasn't validated his time. Excuse me. PG Killer is on an outlap. Yeah, and a lot of outlaps now. Hyper's on another outlap. Colin and Sanka, T-Funky, PG, Cobalt, and TJ. Let's go with, well, who's coming up to the line first? TJ is, so let's go with him. With the special 70-year livery on the cart, I think. Into the first corner. Very well done, actually, very well. A little bit of wheel spin out of the corner though, but it's okay. Upper Rouge, a big lift, but then back on the power. And right behind him, I believe, is T-Funky. Yep, on and validated lap. But TJ with a purple first sector. Not sure how far up he was. Yeah, I won't be able to see that until next sector. But yeah, you can just barely see the car behind there. But they shouldn't be pressurizing TJ at all, because their lap is unfortunately got was ended before it really begun due to invalidation. But TJ's really going fast here. He's doing really well to hit all the apexes and keep it on the track, all in the right spots. Let's see what the second sector is. It's up by 2.46. Now that would not give pole as Swanee retires from the session at the downhill right-hander, right before the no-name corner. But yeah, at the moment TJ is not in, he will stay P2 if he continues at this pace. But we will see what happens at the line. He could potentially beat it still if he improves a lot of time in this last couple corners here. 56, 57, 57.5. So he does end up beating it. Improves another 3/10 in the third sector and goes 1/10 quicker, or about half a tenth quicker than Bazooka Joe. And here we go, Bazooka Joe up to the line. Same as Willow, invalidated lap for Willow. But Bazooka Joe beats TJ again and goes P1 with a 56.8. So, extremely good job by both of them. As I believe someone else has retired. It's Cobalt. He's retired at the one of the S corners. As TJ is going for another run. One more lap. And I think Bazooka Joe is as well. Maybe. Let's see. Hyper with a purple second sector. So that's pretty good. Here we go through Blanchemont. And yes, I can give you an invite in just a moment. And it's P7 for Hyper. Ooh. Look at this big train here. Oh, also, yeah, I should be able to invite, I believe. Yeah. Just after this lap is complete, I'll invite you, Ryan. Oh, and a big snap of oversteer there. Very lucky to keep it on the track. from Deadwood. As we can see, the cars behind start to spread out a little bit. As TJ's out of the session, or has ended the session on purpose, that into the final chicane. And it's a 55.5 from Deadwood. That's pole position by a lot. And now PG with an invalidated lap. And okay, let me see if I can invite. Rai. If anyone can invite Rai, if anyone's listening. Wait, hold on, let me see if I can here, hopefully. What is your username, Rai? I think that's right? Yeah, it doesn't show up here, and you're not on my friends list, so I don't exactly know at the moment. I just hope maybe, okay, if anyone's listening, if they can invite Rai if you have him on your friends list, and please do it quickly if you can, because I'm no longer able to. Let me just reset the stream here. I unfortunately think Rai is not in. Yeah, because as soon as qualifying ended, it kicked me out of the invite screen. So I'm sorry, Rai. I don't know if anyone else will be able to invite, because well, it says I can here, but I don't know your username. And there's only 10 seconds left, so I unfortunately don't think I can get you in. But maybe because you qualified, maybe something could get done. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I'm sorry if you can't get in. Huh. Well, like, your car is here, actually, so... Okay, can you please post your full username, your PSN username? Unless I do have you on the friends list. I don't know, actually. Let me check. No, I don't. I unfortunately don't. If you can please post... Right, LCC. Okay. Let me try quickly here. Alright, here we go. Okay. Yeah, just accept that, obviously, as soon as you get it. Your car is here, so I think you should be able to get into the race before it starts. You have about a minute. Alright, so the race, let's see, softs for Deadwood, mediums for Bazooka Joe, softs for T-Funky, TJ, Sanka, Cobalt, and Colin, mediums for Swanee, Hyper, softs for Sonic, mediums for Haz, softs for Rai, and softs for PG Killer. Actually, let me just go and do this real quick again. One sec. Alright, there we go. Alright, I hope that works. I've sent 2 invites, so I hope it goes through. Alright, here we go. Cars are, well, there's two packs. The first pack is almost at the lights, and the second pack is much farther behind. But they'll all get there eventually. as Deadwood slots into place, and everyone is lining up. And alright, so everyone is now lined up on the grid. And we're just waiting for the lights. There might be a slight glitch going on because the marshal's waving the green flag there, but nothing's happening. Let me check the Discord just to see what's going on. Yeah, this is way too long for a hold. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what happens in the chat here. Might need a restart. Just make a new lobby, I think. This is a bit awkward, isn't it? Everyone's just sitting here. Yeah, let me just get my stuff here. Alright, so so the pit stop strategy for when the race eventually gets going, hopefully, whether we have to do a restart or something. And yeah, restart is happening. But apparently it's lap 8. So 8 laps on the softs, then it's mediums for 14 laps, or hards for 14 laps. So it would be a medium soft, I'm guessing, if you're on the mediums. And yeah. But yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, we're being told to leave. So, yeah. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, we're just waiting for another invite. Do do do. Okay, stream is still going well. So still waiting for an invite. Waiting, waiting, waiting for Lee invite. Oh, there we go. Invite received. Good, good. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me spectate. There we go. And I think everyone's back in the session, so it's all 13, which is good. And I think everything's just getting custom set up now. Okay. Sorry for the long break, everybody. It's just takes a little while to get everything set up again once there's a glitch like this. I think it happened because well, it was like some like connection issues. A couple drivers weren't loading for other people, and um, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, we're going. Yay, we are going. All right, 10 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. Okay. And alright, so I think we'll do another formation lap, I believe, before we get going. So all 13 here. And we are ready to go. Oh, Hyper and Colin disqualified instantly from the formation lap. Not sure what happened there, but yeah. Oh, that's a really nice livery actually on Sonic's car, the Galaxy one. So pit stop predicted strategy. It's gonna be a one stop from the softs to the mediums, or softs to the hards. Let's see what tires everyone's on. I think it's the same tires that everyone was on before. I think. But for some reason now Cobalt is. Was Cobalt always 6th? I could have sworn he was 3rd. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. But yeah, this is how it is at the moment. Coming around the second sector now. Very short run into turn 1. So it shouldn't be it shouldn't. Sorry, excuse me. It shouldn't be too risky if you get a bad start, because you should be able to cover off the inside into the first corner if you just like sweep across the track instantly, or just like turn a little bit right as you as the race starts until you get to the apex, just to ensure that you lead into turn 1. But then there is a slipstream that happens up a Rouge and Radiant and down the Camel Straight. So, like we saw in 2018 in real life and 2019, there have been passes on that first lap on that straight, just because of the sheer slipstream and everything. So yeah, as Rai Rai, the final car on the grid at the moment, goes into their grid position, and the marshal starts waving the yellow flag for some reason. 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix, the beginning of season 2 of RPMP. And Deadwood into turn 1 is still leading. Bazooka Joe trying to get around. Oh, there's an accident. Couple cars having to go wide. Carbon fiber everywhere. As everyone rushes down into a Rouge, and virtual safety car as Colin's out of the session already. Not sure what's happened there, but let's see where everyone has ended up. Hyper and Swanee both down 3 positions. Hyper overtakes Swanee there for a brief moment, but then gets the spot back. PG Killer up 7, Rai Rai up 6, T Funky down 2, TJ down 2, Sanka down 3, Colin down 6, and a DNF, and he's left the session as well. But yeah, safety car should be in just a moment here, and then we should get going again. Rai Rai with a penalty, a lot of penalties actually being handed out here. Rai Rai with 1, and I think someone else with 1 too. Rai Rai going wide there at Puan. And ooh, Swanee has spun, but has recovered pretty well there at or from a spin, or like a half spin or something. Purple second sector for Deadwood. As Sanka is under pressure from Sonic for P9. And as everyone is coming into the chicane for the first time of 22 laps. I know apparently it's saying it's lap 3. And ooh, Hyper's out of the session. Hyper out of the session. Yellow flag in sector 3. Swanee with a penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Sanka, Swanee, and Rai Rai all pitting. And everyone is leaving the session as the safety car is out, and I'm pretty sure there was a disconnection there somewhere or something. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening. Like a bunch of people have just left. Let's see. The MP chat has nothing in it at the moment. That's new. So I'm not sure. Yeah, PG Killer is out, but I think everyone else is still in. We have TJ coming into the pits. Yeah. So yeah, 3 DNFs. While the safety car's out, let me just review some footage here. Swanee, not Sanka. Swanee has retired from the session, and PG Killer's left. I think PG Killer's having some connection issues. Yeah, the connection's been all over the place today, actually. Maybe it's mine. I'm not sure. And Swanee has left as well. So at the moment, 9 runners. The PG Killer is trying to rejoin, but I think he's getting a lot of disconnections. I think this is his 3rd attempt. So let's hope it works. So safety car should be in this lap. Let's see. The top 6 haven't made stops. The bottom 3 have. So hards for Sonic, looking to go to the end. Softs for Sanka, gonna have to make another pit stop, and TJ probably making another pit stop as well on the mediums. And then everyone else obviously will have to as well. And the safety car is not coming in. So it's going to be one more lap under the safety car, and we will get going on the start of lap 5. So, yeah, that was a pretty chaotic start, wasn't it? We had a lot of cars, some carbon fiber. A couple cars got pushed, um, or had oversteer, into another car. I think that might have been Hyper with the damage near the back at the beginning of the race after turn 1. Um, or it may have been someone else. I'm not sure, but Hyper definitely had damage. So yeah, Rai's left. Um, but yeah, then we had quite a lot of cars going wide, like straight on at turn 1. And oh, Deadwood warming up his tires off into the grass there. Sort of like a China 2017 in real life for Bottas under the safety car. He was warming his tires up and he spun onto the grass. But yeah, thankfully Deadwood didn't get damage from that. So pit stops are still going to be on lap 8, I would assume, or well, they'll be on 14 for mediums if they're going to the end on softs, and they'll be on 8 for softs if they're going onto the mediums. At least according to the predicted graphic that was on the screen a couple minutes ago. But yeah. Alright, so safety car is coming in. So the pack will be bunched up and we'll get going in a moment. And here he goes. So he's going, but the safety car will not be in yet. So this is going to be very interesting, actually. He's going to have to slow down. He's going to catch the safety car. Almost, at least. And... almost gets caught out by the limiter getting released there. The safety car limiter. As they go side by side into turn 1, Bazooka Joe and Deadwood. Bazooka Joe appears to have come off a little bit worse from that battle. As the car goes wide in the background, I think it's Sonic. And they go up a Rouge. Everyone makes it through. Now Deadwood leads away by around 8 tenths. As we see the battle behind here. Cobalt very close to PG Killer, looking to get P3 back, or no, not back, but looking to get P3 overall. And here he goes. Oh, looking to get past, but PG Killer closes the door. Fairly, I would add too. That was a fair move. Looking again on the left-hand side. He's trying on the soft tires. Now they're side by side through the right-hander before Blanchemont. They're still there. And there's a side-by-side moment going on behind them as well. As Cobalt gets past T-Funky. Oh, no, never mind, sorry. T-Funky was always behind. T-Funky's looking to get past Cobalt here, actually. They nearly touch. Then they do touch a little bit. Deadwood is pulling out a big advantage, 1.8 seconds already on Bazooka Joe. But on the softer tires, we have to remember. Ooh. PG Killer and T-Funky touching wheels. PG Killer getting ahead, or staying ahead. Oh, as Has hits the wall there and loses some wing at the no-name corner. As they all fly into Puan. As T-Funky has gone past PG. Oh, nearly a huge accident there. Has at the wall there on the outside of that right-hander, and they're side by side. He's side by side with Sanka. Ooh, and a big snap of oversteer, really scaring him and Sanka there. Ooh, and a bump as Has comes into the pits. Deadwood with the fastest lap, now 2.6 seconds in front of Bazooka Joe. Has with a penalty for pit lane speeding. Someone going wide there. It's Willow. And Has is onto the hards to the end of the race. As TJ is now past PG Killer. Ooh, lock up there from Deadwood. So the pit window is now open for the conventional charges. So everyone who's on the 7-lap old tires should be pitting in a moment. Laps 8 to 10. As the field has spread out now. Ooh, a little bit of twitches there from Deadwood on his steering wheel. Yeah, those softs I think are starting to go off a little bit. And he's into the pits. Let's see if anyone follows. Bazooka Joe does not on the mediums. Cobalt is following in. T-Funky is not. TJ is not, of course. PG is not. Sanka, I don't think will either. Yeah, and that's about it, I think. Because definitely Sonic won't pit and Has won't pit either. Let's see Deadwood stop here onto the mediums. And back out onto the track. So at the moment, Bazooka Joe with a 1.7 second lead on T-Funky. Well, Sonic loses the car going up a rouge and hits into the wall. Loses a lot of wing, but is still going. Very unfortunate there for him. Alright, so T-Funky is pitting. And Sanka should be pitting soon as well, as he's in a battle with Deadwood right now. I think he'll go one more lap on the softs before going to the mediums. As he sends one up the inside at turn 1, but is not expecting or is not prepared for the cutback by Deadwood, and Deadwood gets past. So yeah, after the pit stop, I'm gonna guess that Sanka will be P8, I think, maybe. No, he'll be P7, barely, I think, because the pit stop's about 20 seconds, I think. So 14 plus 2 plus 4. Oh, as TJ has hit into the wall hard there, and that has definitely ruined his race. As cars are passing him, and he has a lot of damage, and has lost a lot of time there. I think he may have smacked into the outside wall and then rebounded into the inside wall at that right-hander. So he's down into 5th now, and he will need to pit onto the. I think he started on softs, so maybe another set of mediums will definitely bring him to the end. As Sanka pits as well, obviously going onto the mediums. Let's see what TJ goes on to. Another pair of mediums, and of course a wing change for number 42. So at the moment, Bazooka Joe has a 9.3 second lead, but he still has to make a stop. So effectively at the moment, Deadwood's actually going to be leading the race after lap 14, I would assume, if that's when they come and pit. Ooh, someone has spawned there. That's T-Funky, and he's out of the session. Let's see what's happened here on board with Sanka, who will be coming up on him right now. Oh, so he's manually retired there. I think he may have hit the wall and then just gave up. Honestly, because his car was still rolling to a stop there, into a safe location, as we saw that. So yeah, 8 runners left, guaranteed 4 points now. For at least 4 points for everyone. Sonic gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Let's see, closest battle is right here. So between Haz and Senka for P5. But yeah, at the moment it is a... I'm not sure what color that is, but it is a 1, 2, 3. For the cars that all have that same, like, dark yellow, gold color, I would assume. So yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3 for them. 4, 5 for dark cars. And then a 5, 6 for cars that are marked with orange on the timing board. Then we have the Galaxy car. So yeah, Deadwood is definitely closing in on PG Killer here. Let's see if he can pass him before the pit stops, which should be in 2 laps or so. In about 2 laps time. Deadwood did start the race on pole position, I believe. Let me check just to make sure. Yep, he did. PG Killer currently up 8 spots, but he will drop down 3 spots due to the pitting. So will Bazooka Joe. So it should be a 4-5, I would assume, for Bazooka and Willow after. Ooh, as Sonic has apparently spun, I think. No damage from what I can see. As TJ sets the fastest lap of the race, 45.5. And Haz is right on the back of Sanka at the moment. Let's see if Sanka has damage. He does not. I thought maybe that would be why. Maybe Sanka was going a little bit slow, because I thought the gap was bigger than that. Oh, but Deadwood is past Willow. As Cobalt gets a 3-second penalty. But yeah, Deadwood up in the 2nd place. Here goes TJ. TJ attempting or looking to attempt to move into the final chicane, but then but didn't have enough speed on Sanka at the time to make it feasible. Maybe into turn 1 though. Well, he thinks about it, but then backs off again. Oh, almost touches Sanka there, who has DRS on Haz. So has gone past Sanka, and now Sanka is looking to get him back. Sanka with a penalty though, that will not help him by the end of the race in 8 laps time. TJ with a low fuel mode there for just a brief moment, and there it is again. So yeah, he's really on the line there in terms of fuel. So TJ very close to the back of Sanka, who's trying to chase down Haz. He does not need TJ on him right now, but TJ wants that P6 and maybe even that P5. Realistically, I think he might be able. Actually, no. Well, based off of it, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so Bazooka Joe is pitting. So let's see where he filters back into the race at. As TJ gets the penalty for going a little bit wide there at that corner. And the S's, or the little S double corner section thing. So Bazooka Joe will be P4, comfortably P4, as he goes onto the softs for the last 7 laps of the race. And I believe next lap, as TJ dives up the inside of Sanka and half spins due to collision with their side pod to like front left wheel or so. But that did not work out for TJ the way he hoped. As Sanka sort of cuts that first corner a little bit, but no penalty. Maybe it was a warning, I would assume. Probably get from that. But he's still going strong. 3 lap old mediums. But yeah, as I was saying before, PG Killer should be in this lap. So yeah, we'll see where he comes back into play. But at the moment, Cobalt is around 4.4 seconds behind Deadwood. So once PG Killer comes in, it'll be Deadwood 4 seconds to Cobalt, and then Bazooka Joe, and then Willow will be behind Bazooka Joe, but in front of Haz. So yeah. So yeah, TJ has caught back up to the back of Sanka. So let's see what he can do here. Oh, he's closing in really quickly. Goes to the right. They almost touch. That was a bad camera angle. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's pulling away from Sanka here. As Haz is pulling away, 1.7 seconds at the moment. Sanka tries to dive it, or well, thinks about diving it, but doesn't. Probably the smart idea not to there. Just wait for DRS on the Camel straight, and a purple third sector from TJ as well. Let's see what Sanka can do. Sanka can do in retaliation here. About a second behind. Let's see if he will get the DRS. He's got it. So now we just have to wait for that activation point. So let's see how much he can close up in this this zone here. 1.119, around 2/10 he closed in there. So he needs to be pretty close, like within the slipstream, plus the DRS, plus maybe overtake, to counter anything that TJ might attempt to do. As TJ is getting pretty close to Haz as well here. Those hards not being, well, those hards doing pretty well to keep Haz in 5th, but the mediums will always be quicker. And they still will last to the end comfortably for TJ, Sanka, and Sonic. While the hards will obviously still last to the end, even better, but they just don't have that pace. And the drop-off window for the mediums is past when the race would end anyway, so there's no point. So yeah. As Haz gets really close to the wall there. And now he's under pressure from TJ. As they almost collide there. Side by side through Blanchemont. And TJ is past. Has almost attempts to get back past. I think these are teammates here. Both have the exact same livery. But yeah. P5 is for Jovi now, and P6 is for Haz. As Sanka is falling back off of the 2 a little bit. 2.4 seconds. 2.4 seconds adrift. As Bazooka Joe is now really close to Cobalt, so it's mediums versus softs here. 7 lap old mediums versus 1 lap old softs. So let's see. But we'll get back to that in a moment. because has DRS on TJ going to the outside, attempting it, but not far up along, or not far along enough of their car. And ooh, someone has spun, and it's Bazooka Joe. He spun while trying to attack Cobalt, and I think Cobalt has been saved by that mistake from Bazooka Joe. As far as I know, it was a mistake. It may have been contact. I'm not sure though. But yeah, Bazooka Joe is now 7 seconds behind Cobalt, so he has a lot of work to catch back up. Let's go back to the teammates here, I believe. Low fuel for TJ. He's gonna have to conserve, and low ERS as well. A slightly more ERS for Haz, and he is fine on fuel as far as the indicator goes. Oh, and Bazooka Joe has pitted. I think he must have had damage or something, because Bazooka Joe is on new softs now, and he's down in P7. So currently 19 seconds from Cobalt to PG Killer, and then 4.7 seconds from Cobalt to Deadwood in front. Let's see. Let's see if Cobalt has any damage. He does not. Does anyone have damage? No, luckily not. So let's just go on board with Deadwood here for a little while, as there's nothing else really happening. Ooh, Bazooka Joe's getting really close to Sanka here. Ooh. Bazooka Joe does get past Sanka there. Has to go a little bit wide at turn 1, but does get past. Now let's see if Sanka with the DRS can mount a comeback. 6 tenths, 7 tenths. He's actually losing a little bit of time there. For most of the straight, he was losing time. Probably Bazooka Joe being in either a higher fuel mode or using the overtake button, while Sanka was just using DRS. Ooh, really wide there for Bazooka Joe. Or not Bazooka Joe, for Sanka. Yeah, Bazooka Joe is absolutely flying on those new softs. Let's see how far up the grid he can get by the end. He'll definitely catch Haz, I believe, but I'm not sure how much farther he'll get. Probably TJ as well, but we have to wait and see. There's still 4 laps to go, including this one. Now there's 3 laps to go for the leader. 10 lap old mediums will be comfortably to the end on those stat tires. Same with Cobalt, 4.6 second gap. Then a huge gap to PG Killer behind. So I do believe that the top 3 will be as it is now, but every other position. Particularly 5, 6, and 7, I'm pretty sure still up for grabs, as Haz gets a penalty. And Sanka's coming into the pits. as Bazooka Joe sets the fastest lap of the race. So yeah, Bazooka Joe, or Sanka, I keep saying Bazooka Joe, Sanka into the pits another time, probably going for a fastest lap, I would assume. Probably knowing that he cannot catch Bazooka Joe, but he has enough time in between himself and Sonic, even after the pit stop, for him to be comfortably out in P7 and just go for the fastest lap. Alright, so jumping to P4 here. TJ, actually no, I want to jump to Bazooka Joe and see how we can catch up to Haz. Gap is currently 2.6 seconds. Okay, Bazooka Joe can now see the 70th anniversary car in front of him. 2 seconds is the gap. It is now 1.8 seconds. 1.7. One 1.3. Oh, someone has spun. Oh, it's Deadwood. Deadwood has had a half spin there, and now he's really under threat from Cobalt, and he has damage too on his left front. So Cobalt here has a really good shot at getting the lead here, after a shock mistake from Deadwood. A spin at Puan, I believe, took off some of his wing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Bazooka Joe's really close to Haz now as well, and TJ pretty close to PG Killer. So I'll have to monitor all of those. Bazooka Joe very close to Haz, and Cobalt closing in on Deadwood after that mistake on lap 21 of 22. Only one lap left. If Deadwood does lose this, he'll probably be gutted, but Cobalt would be very, very happy. So let's see what happens here. Let's just cut back to this real quick as they go through Blanchimont, P5 and P6. Sonic with a penalty. Bazooka Joe knowing that there's only one lap left before the end of the race. Now Cobalt closing in, closing on Deadwood. I don't know if it'll be enough. It's not enough at the moment. But Deadwood does have much less downforce than Cobalt does now. The same tires. So, and it's on the left side too, so those right-hand turns are going to be hard. A huge lockup from Deadwood on the inside front there. Heading into the downhill right-hander. Into No Name corner they go. We have 3 battles going on right now. Bazooka Joe does pass Haz, but then Haz gets him back. And oh, Bazooka Joe has spun out. After an incident with Haz, it must have been. Cobalt still hounding Deadwood, and TJ very close to PG Killer as well. Let's see, this back straight's going to be Cobalt's last option, minus any penalties. He's using overtake, so is Deadwood. He has more overtake than Deadwood does Cobalt. He's going to go around the outside at Blanchimont. He tries it. Deadwood does get a little bit of oversteer there and has to cut him off. He gets a penalty. Deadwood brakes, and Cobalt goes spinning off into the side. Gets a 10-second time penalty, and Deadwood is going to let him through. Oh no, he's not. Deadwood is going to take the flag and get P1. I don't know how about that. I don't know about that. I don't know why Deadwood broke so early there, but that just completely changed everything. That was crazy. Uh, PG Killer is gonna be P3, TJ P4, Haz will be P5. Yes. And then Bazooka Joe might be P5 here. Bazooka Joe will be P5. Haz will be demoted to P6. Sanka will be P7, and Sonic will be P8 in that race. What a crazy last lap. 3 battles and an intense, controversial incident there. I think Deadwood personally broke way too early. I don't even know if he did break. Maybe it was something else. But I'm pretty sure there was some braking going on. Obviously it wasn't on purpose. It must have just been an accident if it happened. But it caused Cobalt to get a 10-second penalty that he shouldn't have got. And Cobalt lost by less than 10 seconds. So I would personally give Cobalt that win because he got an unfair penalty. But then again, Deadwood did get a 3-second penalty for nothing as well at Blanchemont. So that would be 11 seconds for Cobalt. So Deadwood would have won after that. But it all just comes down to if you saw, or if you saw Deadwood's action there, whatever happened. I'm not too sure what happened, obviously, but whatever happened, if you saw that as legal or not. If it was legal, he keeps the win. If it's not, I think Cobalt should get that win. But yeah. And PG Killer gets Driver of the Day, as dedicated by the game. And yeah, your podium at the moment is Deadwood, Cobalt, and PG. I think PG got P3. But yeah, so yeah, that's been the opening race of Season 2 of Rising Phoenix Racing League multiplayer league. Or multiplayer car championship. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching and listening. And yeah, we had an issue at the beginning of the race with the glitch, but it all worked out in the end. But yeah, controversial finish. I'm sure it will be debated in the Discord. But yeah. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, final race time is 42:12.024. Fastest lap goes to Bazooka Joe with a 44.8. And everyone except PG Killer got penalties, aside from the non-finishers. So yeah, that is it. And that's it for today. And we will see you, I think the next stream should be in 6 days. So next Friday, on the 21st. Yeah, the 21st of August, and then 22nd of August will be the second round of this. So yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening, and goodbye.